What's up, Closer Nation? I'm Ryan Stewman, aka the Hardcore Closer, and today I want to talk to you about going from working in sales to being self-employed. See, that's the first step that you should be making. Some of you might right now be watching this video thinking, why would I want to become self-employed? I got a cushy sales job, and I feel you. I used to think the same thing. Let me attempt to give you some logic and facts today and maybe change your mind about that. That this video is important, okay? Because even if you don't agree with me, and even if I can't change your mind, at least I might open your mind to something else and at least get you thinking about making some more money. So let's dive into it, all right? First, I think it's important that you know that I'm not against sales. Matter of fact, I was adopted at a young age and abused by the person that adopted me, and dropped out of school and have been to prison, made a bunch of mistakes in my life. The reason why I tell you that is the one thing that was always there for me was a sales job. So to say that I'm passionate about sales and care about the marketplace and the people that are part of it, such as yourself, is an understatement, okay? Like, I love sales. It is literally, I don't talk to my mama, but I'm dealing with sales every single day, reading books, seminars. Like, I love it. It's the only thing that's always been there for me. So I want you to understand that. So when I say that I love sales, I love it more than you do. Okay? And some of you are sitting right now in a sales job and you're making $250,000, $500,000. Some of you even $1 million a year working for somebody else. And man, one of the things the force of average tries to get you to do is settle. And listen, I want you to understand I don't want you to think that I'm greedy or whatever, and I might be. That's none of your damn business, but I don't want you to think that for the purpose of this video. So I need you to understand that there's no number that's enough, right? Like, if God blesses you with the ability to go into the marketplace and you match your talent with what God's given you, and all of a sudden you go out there and you turn in $1 million a year, the job isn't for you to think that's enough. The job is for you to think, how many more people can I serve? How many more people can I help? How many more people can I hire? Can we scale this thing to? You see what I'm saying? So the number is never like, okay, this is enough. I'm going to tap out and stop. And I know that the force of average will send the agents of average, right? Your family, your friends, your coworkers, and they'll tell you, when's enough, man? You know, you're just going to keep making all this money. What are you doing with it? You're making a difference with it, okay? And I want you to think, most of you, whatever you sell, even if you're making $1 million a year, you're making 5%, 10%, maybe 50% margins on whatever it is that you're selling, right? And 50% is pretty big margins. And being self-employed, you get to keep 100 of that in the beginning until you become an executive, which is step 3 in the process. But until you become an executive, when you're self-employed, you get to keep all of it. You go out, you make a sale, you get to keep 100% of the commission. You don't have to split it with anybody. You could go out today being self-employed and make half the sales you make working for somebody else and probably make more money. In most scenarios, you would make more than what you were making at the other place, even if you did half the sales. Okay? But here's a more important part that a lot of folks won't tell you about, and this is why I really wanted you to watch the video. When you start a side hustle, and you work from your sales job into turning that side hustle into a full-time hustle, there's some other benefits. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, I want you to understand that I'm not a financial licensed person. I have one license, the one to drive, and that's it, and I take it every 10 or 20 years, whatever that's required, right? So I think I've only taken it once, actually. I had to take the last one for the motorcycle license. But regardless, I am not a CPA. I'm not an accountant. I am not a financial planner, a registered agent, or anybody you should probably take any kind of advice from, other than I'm speaking from experience when I say what I'm about to say, okay? It's weird that in this day and age you got to say all that, as I can't just give you guys good advice. There's always one fucking asshole who wants to go sue me on the fact that I said something in a YouTube video and he didn't do it right, so it messed up for him. So you know how that shit is. Back to the story. When you set up a side hustle, don't just do so in your own personal name. So don't just like let's say that you are a real estate agent and you're flipping houses on the side. Don't just flip the houses in your name. Even if you're just wholesaling contracts, don't just have them write a check to you, Ryan Stewman. go out and pay $1,500 to a decent lawyer to set you up a proper LLC and manage it for the year. Now, I'm not telling you to go to LegalZoom. I'm telling you to create a real relationship with a lawyer that can manage the shit for you as your registered agent on your LLC and manage all the shit that goes with the state, to where all you've got to do is sign some papers and send a lawyer some money every year. That's what I'm telling you to do. You don't have to go learn shit. You don't have to fill it out. You tell somebody what they want, give them a few dollars, and they go do it. Attorneys aren't that expensive, right? If you need an attorney, you can leave a look in the comments down here, and I'll actually type out my attorney, Micah Dortch, who is the Potts Law Firm. You can use him. He's great. I've been using him for forever. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because the new tax law, one of the things it did was, if you are a W-2 salesperson and you make a commission, you cannot deduct your expenses such as your drive time, your mileage, your home office, the laptop you buy, the phone. You can't, because you're employed. They won't let you deduct that shit. But see, what happens is when you set up this LLC for your side hustle, you're creating a way to not avoid taxes or evade taxes. That shit's highly illegal, and I do not recommend doing that at all. But you minimize your tax, you minimize your tax exposure to the IRS. You see the difference right here? You're protecting your assets from being overtaxed. You're making sure that you provide them with the minimum, which is the patriotic thing to do in this day and age, I assure you. So you're setting this up, and you're going to run your phone bill through your side hustle LLC. You're going to write off the mileage in your company car in the LLC. You're going to write off all of your dinners that you bought for people that you were having conversations with, dinners and drinks where you're trying to pitch people in business for your side hustle, right? And then if you can even get the company to pay your side hustle back for reimbursements, because they get the tax write-off from it as well. And then through that, you're able to take deductions, depreciations, everything else. Talk to your accounting firm. If you don't have an accounting firm, my buddies over at Easier Accounting, they're awesome. You can find them on Instagram at Real Business Owners. It's at Real Business Owners. It's Easier Accounting. Those guys are great. We love them, and they do a great job. Just tell them that I sent you. But they'll be able to work all of that for you, okay? And no, my lawyer and my accounting firm did not tell me, can you make a video about us, dog? We'll give you some money. I'm telling you who I use and why I use it. They don't even send me referral deals. You know what I mean? But if you tell them I sent you, they will treat you better than the average person. That's why I give you that suggestion. Just to be clear, and if they were paying me back, which you should, motherfuckers, you see all the referrals I'm sending y'all. Give me some damn money, right? But back to that. Can y'all edit that? Nah, fuck it, leave it in. So here's the thing. When you set up your self-employed thing, you're able to decrease your exposure on and write off some of the things that you need to be able to write off, right? And you can, again, talk with your accountant on that. More importantly, while you're working your full-time job making your money and you're running your side hustles, right? Say you're flipping houses as the agent in this particular scenario, through the LLC, you're filing taxes on the LLC at the end of the year as well, okay? So guess what? After 2 years of having a side hustle, all of a sudden you can get small business loans. All of a sudden, and again, this is generally speaking. Some of you might go, well, I know somebody who'll give you a small business loan the day that you set up an LLC. I'm just generally speaking from experience here. You can start getting loans and car loans and car notes and stuff in your LLC name. There's just other things that you can do to turn that LLC into a real asset, not just a paper trail of something to protect you from taxes. And eventually, when the thing's right and you've run the business correctly and you've got all your ducks in a row, which by the way is complete bullshit because it'll never happen. So whenever you get mad enough at your current job to quit that motherfucker and step full-time into that self-employed job, you'll already have everything set up and you won't be rushing and behind the book when the thing happens that tips you over. You won't go, oh shit, now I gotta go get an LLC and now I gotta go get a line of credit and now I gotta go, no. It's like you've already got it going, you've already got it smooth, you've already got your bank accounts separated, your credit cards, your Amex is backed up to it, and everything else, your merchant accounts, and you're good to go so that when you do make the transition from sales to self-employed, you're already set up. And listen, if you're not thinking about going to that self-employed status and starting to run your own business, you're really missing the mark, but I get it, not everybody's called to do that. But you definitely need to follow my advice on setting up the LLC and starting some sort of side hustle, even if it's something that loses you money, because with the right accounting firm, like I recommended, Easier Accounting, it will definitely help you minimize the amount of reach around that Uncle Sam gives you every year, thanks to the people we keep voting in around here. This is not a political message. This is a I hate taxes message. So back to the story here. If you know somebody needs to hear this, if you know somebody who's working in sales or thinking about starting their own business, they're running a side hustle now, forward this to them, copy and paste it, send it in an email, text message, DM. You can share it on Instagram at me, at Hardcore Closer. On Facebook, you can tag me in it as well. I got blue checks everywhere, so when you look for me up on social media, don't fall for imposters. Every profile that I have has a blue check next to it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you want to learn more about sales and self-employment, watch the video that's about to pop up on the screen right now. We'll catch you on the next one.